Right now, you are sitting still, but your mind won't stay quiet. A phone left untouched on a nightstand blinks silently in the dark. You wanted this. A break, some rest. Yet something inside feels off. Why does rest often feel uncomfortable, even when we crave it? Your thoughts pull at you like static in the silence, making you restless instead of calm. It's not just about slowing down. By the end, the next time you try to rest, you'll notice how much your own sense of self is tangled up in that discomfort. The quiet that turns loud. Think about lying down after a day that never really paused. The hum of traffic outside dims. The glow of your phone screen goes dark on the nightstand. No more swipes, no more scrolling, just silence. But that silence, it's thick, like it's pressing in on your ears. Your thoughts start to creep out. Worries you didn't notice while you were busy. Old arguments, to-do lists that never stopped growing. The tight knot in your chest. They don't wait politely. They flood. You want peace. But rest feels like a spotlight shining on the mess you've packed away. Because rest isn't peace at first. It's the noise you buried coming back louder. And you realize you weren't just tired of movement. You were tired of feeling. So you shift, trying to find comfort in the quiet. But the quiet fights back. It makes you ask, if rest reveals the parts of you you avoid, what does that say about who you are when you stop running? When rest shakes your sense of self. But you stop, mid-step, mid-thought. The phone lies silent on the nightstand, untouched. No buzzing to pull you back. The air feels heavier somehow. Without the usual tasks pressing in, your mind lands on a sharp question. Who are you when you're not chasing the next thing? It flickers through your head, sudden and cold. No errands, no deadlines, no check marks. Just this empty moment. You glance at your hands. They used to be busy. Now, they just rest on your lap. You feel a quiet itch beneath your skin, like a low hum of wrongness. It's not laziness. It's more like forgetting what keeps you tethered. Your identity has been stitched tight to non-stop doing. No motion, no meaning. And suddenly, that tether feels loose, frayed. You imagine staying here longer, in this pause. But the silence presses, asking something deeper. What if rest isn't just a break, but a mirror? A mirror that shows what you really are when the noise fades. So you try to look closer, though part of you wants to turn away. The question lingers, and it won't let you off easy. The meditation mirror. You close your eyes and settle in. The room quiets around you. The hum of the night, soft but steady. No phone buzz to interrupt. No screen glare to distract. You expect calm. Instead, a loop kicks in. That nagging worry you thought was gone presses in louder. The silence no longer soothes. It sharpens. You feel it in your chest. A tightness, curling like smoke. Stillness turns into a mirror you didn't ask for, reflecting thoughts you tucked deep away. The breath you follow isn't steady. It's jagged, pulling old fears into focus. You try to let go, but the more you push, the stronger they rise. One study asked over 1,000 regular meditators about their experiences. A quarter said meditation brought up unpleasant moments, anxiety, distress, memories they hadn't expected. Meditation, you realize, can be a flashlight in a dark room you never wanted to enter. Sometimes rest doesn't soften the edges, it reveals them. And now you wonder, what happens when stepping back feels like stepping into yourself, but the self you find isn't the one you recognize? Restlessness as emotional detachment. Picture yourself sinking into the couch after a long day. Your phone is face down on the nightstand, untouched for once. You want to rest. But your mind slips away, chasing old to-dos and what-ifs, the usual anchors. The work emails waiting for tomorrow, the calls you should make, the plans you're supposed to set, none of them hold you. Like you're drifting in a small boat without a paddle. The stillness isn't peace, it's something else. A hollow space where control used to live. You're not just quiet, you're disconnected from what keeps you steady. That break from routine, it's a break from grip. And that gap can feel sharp, like losing your footing on solid ground. The real question isn't why rest feels this way. It's what you do when that feeling shows up. That part, I'm saving for later. The hidden costs of avoiding uncomfortable truths. Now, imagine you're on your couch late at night. Your phone lies face down on the coffee table, untouched for once. The glow of the screen isn't pulling you in. Instead, you scroll through the endless feed on your tablet. The faces, the stories, the noise. It's a distraction. Bills aren't paid yet. The text you didn't reply to sits unsent. That tight knot in your chest stays hidden. You keep it buried deeper with every swipe. But silence isn't peace here. It's more like a cracked mask, ready to fall apart at the slightest touch. Avoiding the mess just makes it swell inside. That restlessness isn't going anywhere. It's waiting. What if the real question isn't why rest feels hard, but how your attention is wired to dodge the unease? Something's pulling you back before you even realize it. The technology of attention. Have you ever watched a robot struggling to pick up a glass vase? Its metal fingers twitching, sensors scanning, but still, it fumbles. The vase slips and shatters. You feel a strange tension watching that. That's how your mind behaves when you try to rest without the right kind of attention. It's not just shutting down. It's a delicate act of balance. Your mind needs a kind of focus that's soft yet alert. Like the robot's sensors, finally feeling the weight and shape of the vase. Now picture this. Your phone lies untouched on the nightstand. The screen dark. No pings. That silence isn't just quiet. It's a space demanding a subtle, precise awareness. Not the frantic kind you use at work, but one that holds presence without grasping. Rest isn't a blank slate. It's a tuning in. You learn to watch your thoughts, like a robot watches an object, careful not to squeeze too hard or let go too loose. Too much tension, and your mind drops into restless noise. Too little, and it slips away into distraction. You might think this delicate balance is only about your inner world. But even organizations, like the American Planning Association, wrestle with uncomfortable knowledge. They once tried to suppress concerns about malpractice, hoping to keep a polished image. That tension between what you want to see and what's really there. It's the same kind of uneasy feeling you get when your mind won't settle. So you sit there, the weight of quiet pressing against your skin. It's uncomfortable because you're trying to hold nothing with the same care you hold everything. But what if the real trick is not to hold at all? What kind of attention lets go but stays awake? That question lingers, folding into the next one. How memory and mindfulness shape this fragile rest. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the mind's true quiet begins. Memory and mindfulness in rest. Imagine you're trying to remember a phone number while everything around you keeps pulling at your attention. The late-night TV hums softly. The clock ticks somewhere nearby. A car rumbles past in the distance. You grip the number tight in your mind. You want it to stick, ready to dial. But your thoughts slip away with every sound. Push too hard and your head aches. Let go too much and the digits disappear. It's a quiet fight inside you, holding on and letting go. Just enough focus to stay here, but enough ease to stop wearing yourself out. That's why silence can feel so loud. Even in the calm, your mind strains to keep up. That phone on your nightstand feels like a promise you can't quite keep. Rest feels uneasy, not because your body needs to move, but because your mind is stuck in that back and forth. How do you find a rhythm that doesn't tear you apart? Maybe the trick isn't emptying your head, but holding it gently. The question stays with you as your eyes close. Right now, you are sitting still, but your mind won't stay quiet. That restless churn beneath your skin. It's not random. Rest feels uncomfortable because it pulls back the curtain on parts of you usually avoid. Moments of stillness don't just pause your body. They shine a light on the tangled thoughts and feelings lurking in the shadows. You might fidget or look away, but what if you stayed with it? That discomfort isn't a wall, it's a doorway. And through it, you find something deeper. A clearer sense of who you are, unfiltered and raw. So, take a breath. Sit with it a little longer.